Howard Stern Show.
You do one of the voices in Sausage Party, right?
Yeah, I'm so happy for Seth and Evan, man.
Yeah, the movie did great. But here's the thing I don't get. You and Seth are getting around getting high, and all of a sudden you guys go out to dinner, and you're whacked out of your brain, and the two of you come up with this idea that wouldn't it be funny to see like an R-rated Pixar-type movie about sausage meats and stuff, meats in the refrigerator. Why the fuck aren't you? Why are you not executive producing that thing?
I think I am an executive producer or something, but honestly, they deserve all the credit, Seth and Evan, because in their company and stuff. Because here's what happened. This is like a decade ago, basically.
Right.
We were just the way I remember it. I don't know if this is it's fragmented at this point, but like.
I know it involved weed.
I don't know.
Seth claims it involved weed.
Well, when I would hang out with them a lot back in the day, mostly that would be around.
How can you? I just spoke to another guy who was with him, and he smoked weed with Seth, and he says the fucking shit's so powerful that you can barely function.
Those guys are truly, it doesn't affect them. Like for me, I wish weed gave me the feeling that it's supposed to give you. I just don't relax or enjoy it. Like I would pray for that kind of relief from my brain in life.
Right. I know. I'm jealous of guys who can smoke it like that. I
genuinely am, because it makes them relax and they can work hard. But anyway, they're like very low key, ambitious entrepreneur geniuses kind of guys. They front like they're like talking about dicks all the time and everything, but they're 50 moves ahead of people. And if you really look at it, and the difference between them and most people is, so we have this dumb idea for a movie, right? How I remember it is they had a title called Sausage Party, and they're going, what would that be?
Right.
And the way I remember it might be wrong, as I said, well, it's like talking sausages in a supermarket, and then we start talking about all the food that can talk, right? So they go on to spend the next decade making this a reality.
Right.
So why I'm not involved, I just don't want to take credit for something, And
also, didn't you think it was an insane idea that never would fly?
I thought it was brilliant. I thought, but I didn't want to. For the difference is like they're inspiring to me, like Preacher or this film. They spend a decade working their asses off, making it good and making it amazing to watch.
Right.
So I realized eventually, what is that? I'm not passionate about that. Not disrespectful to it.
Right.
What am I passionate about? And then it ended up being my movie. So I'm inspired by them in that they take what they're truly passionate about and
go with it.
They see it through.
Yeah, that
which is the hardest thing to do.
Not one studio wanted to make Sausage Party until they ran into that rich girl who finances movies, and she made it.
Megan Elston is someone who also deserves a lot of.
She put her money
credit
up
in the universe of filmmaking, because people like Megan Ellison and Ken Cow, who might finance my movie. Like, there are these people that are independently wealthy, and they're gonna make it possible for you to see movies that are not fucking superhero movies or sequels. And without them, those movies literally don't exist. If you go to a studio, what do you remember? Did you like Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah.
You will never see Shawshank Redemption ever again. It is dead.
Right.
To make a movie at that budget. Not to get too businessy or whatever,
No, it's interesting to me.
It's just gone.
Yeah.
It just doesn't exist. You either making like Flying Man 7 or, Titty Party 6. Yeah. It's like a broad comedy or a superhero movie or a sequel. And I think eventually we're going to get into a place where we're as an audience, where we're all really upset we don't have
but you know
different kinds of films.
TV now is starting to realize they can make better quality stuff. You're doing something. Who are you doing something with? One of these, you're going to do one of these Netflix type show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they just hired a writer, so it's so far away. But this great director named Cary Fukunaga, who did True Detective and Beasts of No Nation, and it stars Emma Stone and it's it could be really interesting. I don't know.
What's it going to be? What's the show?
It's based on a foreign show about these two people in a mental institution. It's called Maniac.
Right.
And the foreign show is really good, but Cary has a really amazing take on it. And Emma Stone and I play these two mental patients who are having deep mental issues, and they hate each other in real life, but they have these kind of delusions, and they start to fall in love and have these adventures through their psychotic delusions. So each episode can kind of be like a war movie through their psychotic.
Look at you on fire with all these projects.
I'm not.
And by the way, I like
not
that
on fire. You have no.
I feel like you are.
I'm doused in.
You're going to be
icy
directing.
Cold water.
But you know what? Actually, you're good with this stuff. You just said Titty Party 6. I'm thinking,
No,
do you care if I pick that up?
You know what Seth and Evan should do? Because
Right.
they had this idea, and I don't even know if they think about it, right?
Right.
So in that same dinner, we're hanging out where Sausage Party came about. They had the other thing they had, but they couldn't figure out how to do it. Was when they were making all those movies like Date Movie, and it's now past, but it's just a funny idea. I'll just tell you. They said they had an idea to make a movie called Shitty Movie 4, and it was a spoof of those horrible spoof movies.
Right.
But they just couldn't figure out how to spoof a spoof movie. Those guys they're next level. They're so funny.
Shitty Movie 4. I like that. I like
it.
Titty Party, honestly. I'm going to roll with that.
That
10 years from now, you're going to see that on the screen. You go, yeah, Howard and I were talking on the radio.
And I hope you understand that was just a metaphor for the types of
No, I
broad
don't.
comedies
I
and
do
stuff.
not understand that.
The Howard Stern Show.